I think collaborating with tenants is the only way to eventually reach our climate goals. So not only the GHG emission cutting, but also coming up with a more climate resilient portfolio. So not only mitigating our emissions, but also adapting to an already changing climate. What we found is that in each of our asset classes, we have a different way of working with our tenants. But what the key word is, I think, is engagement. And I think that we really have to get to know our tenants, work with them to work towards a more sustainable portfolio. So in our residential portfolio, the main thing we can do is make the dwellings more sustainable, but also generating renewable energy. So we really need our tenants to give their permission to install PV panels on their roofs, for example. And we also need 70% of our tenants to agree with the plans to make their dwellings more sustainable. So what we really have to do is talk to them, try to see if they want their dwellings to be more sustainable, but also to then execute the sustainability measures. So we install PV panels. We can ask for a slightly higher rent because we also cut their energy costs, and especially now in a time where energy costs are extremely high, I think worldwide, but especially in the Netherlands, energy costs are so high. We can really add something to their lives by cutting their energy costs. But other than that, for example, in our retail portfolio, it's a bit of a bigger challenge to make retail units more sustainable. Over there, we also need our tenants, but from another perspective. We basically rent out the shell of a building, and then we need our tenants to decide on what type of technical installations they can use for heating, cooling, energy measures in general. So there we really have to convince them on what type of installations to use in their buildings, but also we can slightly try to influence their behavior, because if we make sure that the energy they use is green, it's, for example, renewably sourced, or it's just very little energy that they use. If they still want to open up their doors in the middle of the winter to attract clients into their shops, a lot of energy, of course, gets lost. So that's really where we have to work together to reach certain goals.